Walter, we hadn't just really got to talk to you much. Just how was camp and how is this defense and what it kind of does for you? We saw a little bit Saturday, but what does this defense do for your skills?
Right now, I feel like the defense is great. Man, we still got a lot to work on. Just watching the film from game one. Fall camp, everything was smooth as planned. I feel like the biggest part for me coming into camp was just gelling more with my team, and I feel like that was smooth sailing.
I don't think we've spoken to you since you've gotten here. Just can you take us through your decision making to come to Ole Miss? I'm sure you could have gone pretty much anywhere you wanted to.
Really just seeing, like, playing against Ole Miss the past 2 years, just seeing, like, the family orientation they got around here and just how they support each other, even if things are going bad on the field. And it just made me really open my eyes and see, like, this is the team I want to be at.
What led to the decision to leave Texas A&M? How difficult was that decision for you?
What really led to me leaving A&M was Coach E-Rob leaving, going to Syracuse. It wasn't really a tough decision. It was more so like a tougher decision finding out where I wanted to go. I feel like Ole Miss really done help that situation a lot. It's been way more easier.
Just how crazy was the first few days of the portal for you? Not who all did you hear from, but how many programs did you hear from that were like legitimately pursuing you?
I heard from a pretty hefty amount, but I just tried to focus on the main thing, keeping the main thing, and focus on what I want to accomplish this year. And like I said, Ole Miss was that.
Along those lines, this feels like it's a really big year for you in terms of your professional future, what you have to show. Is that something you're kind of cognizant of, that you think about as you're getting ready to play?
No, not really. I feel like I'm still a little kid when it comes to the game. I just be excited to be out there and play. So I don't really think about that too much.
Walter, just thoughts on the environment from Saturday's game?
The environment was pretty good. I mean, I know everybody ain't stay the whole game, but for it to be a turnout for the score the way it was pretty good. I can't wait to SEC play start.
Walter, just being part of that 2022 Texas A&M sign class that some consider to be the best ever from a ranking standpoint, and then coming in and headlining #1 ranked transfer portal class considered by many, what can you take away from that experience at A&M as far as handling expectations, both individually and as a group?
I feel like since me coming from that situation, I feel like I handled it. I handled it very well. I feel like you don't really focus on what's going on outside. I feel like the way you get past everything is just focusing on your teammates and everything inside the building.
Some of the guys on the team said that you're the best they've blocked. What do you kind of think of the offensive line, and who's kind of challenging you the most up front, would you say?
I would say just really going against everybody. Every old lineman got their own thing, so just going against them every day, just trying to work different methods and different things, get past double teams or just full slides or just anything like that. And I feel like just going against like some of the better old linemen like Juice and Nate coming from a great offensive line, I feel like they don't push me more and more every day.
I think you were in Olive Branch for a brief period of time. During that time, how much did you pay attention to the school that was just an hour south?
I paid attention to it I paid attention a lot to what was going on in Ole Miss. I did think I was going to be here a little bit in high school, but as I got older, it kind of faded a little bit. But going back into the portal, it kind of opened my eyes to, like, this is where I should have been.
At what point during high school were you kind of considering that, or when did that change?
I was kind of considering it early on when they offered me when I was younger, just because it's close to home. And it gave me like kind of a hometown hero type feeling, even though technically Memphis ain't Mississippi, but it's still close.
Walter, talk about your relationship with JJ, who's got a similar path. He left Oxford, he went to Auburn, he came back here, and you guys playing side by side. Have y'all built a pretty good relationship?
Yeah, I feel like our relationship's still progressing because like we're still getting to know each other, obviously. But as just me coming in, he been like kind of a bigger brother for me, just knowing because like you said, we going through some of the same things, and he just really opened my eyes on like how to take everything in.
So going back to Saturday night, I thought the defensive front was absolutely just preyed on Furman. What have you seen with Middle Tennessee? Have y'all seen enough tape on Middle Tennessee State to know it's going to be another good week, or how does that work?
I feel like we take every week into our own hands. Like, ain't no only people that's gonna stop us up front is us, and I wholeheartedly believe that. I feel like we got one of the best defensive lines, if not in the country. I know for sure in the SEC. Just really, just focusing on ourselves, focusing on our room. That's it.
I know you only got one game of film, but, you know, plenty of practice film. Just how much better do you think you've improved this offseason from last year?
I feel like I've improved a lot. I've gotten bigger, so I feel like that goes a lot. Just 'cause in football, you know what I'm saying, if you got more size, it is a little easier. So just me putting my weight back on from high school and just focusing on the small things, it's been pretty small. I feel like I'm getting better every day.
Walter, knowing this day and age in the portal, and compared to 2 years ago, there's maybe just a handful of faces that were there playing against Texas A&M when you were there 2 years ago in College Station. With some of those players, maybe like Dart, maybe like Watkins and all that, what can you take away from what you saw then to where you've seen a different player now?
Oh, what you mean by that? Like them as before I got here?
You got saw Dart briefly when you were at Texas A&M when you played against 2 years ago, and then watching him play now, how do you feel like it's different? If you can go that far.
Oh, I just feel like really just going from playing against Dart to actually being on the same side as Dart. He don't grew ever since he don't stepped on the field in college, and I feel like I feel like he's just a player that's gonna grow every time he go out, and he want the best every time he go out. I feel like if it ain't a touchdown, he upset.
Seen a lot of double teams in college. Just kind of what's your approach when you see that?
Really just die in my gap, die for my team. I know they're gonna make the play if I can't. So just do my 111.